What is going on, folks? It is Wednesday morning and I am headed to my last Masters workout. We are 4 days from the race, 2 days from when I leave. I will be leaving Friday morning about this time, so I won't swim. Get on the road to beat some of the LA traffic, and then get up near Santa Barbara, hopefully around breakfast time, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then get into Morro Bay before noon. That's a couple hours before race check-in. Health update, I am feeling, I'll say, a little bit better. There's still some congestion, maybe even a little more congestion, but my throat does not hurt and my eyes do not burn. The plan for this morning is a little lighter workout. I'm going to swim, but I'm going to take it easy. We'll see how I feel when I get in the water, and then work all day, hopefully get a little more packing together, maybe over lunch, and then I do have a cough. And then this evening, I am going to hit the track. At least that's the plan. I'll see how I feel. Getting here later than usual, but coach isn't here and I'm only the fourth car. There's a crew of about 6 of us who end up showing up before coach gets here, hang out by the fence, chatting. I don't know why. It's not like it really matters for lane selection. We all have the same lanes we always choose. I can take the swim bag out of the truck because I will not be needing that until after I get back from Morro Bay. Hello. Hello. Oh, I got your toy. Got your rabbit. Yeah, got your rabbit. One of the things I do miss about not having kids was being able to come home after workouts and relax a little bit, especially on those weekends where you'd have big rides or big runs. Man, I remember the days I would come home and really get absolutely nothing done, recover, watch TV, just hang out. Now, whether it's during the week or the weekends, come home, immediately there are things to be done. I know those of you who have kids, you know what I'm talking about. It's like come in from the pool, immediately start doing the dishes, helping the kids get ready for school, getting ready for work. I do miss downtime. Well, I'm taking a quick break and I wanted to talk about nutrition because that is one of the most common questions I think I've been getting across the videos and Instagram going into this race week series. Just to follow up on this morning's swim, went into it thinking I wasn't going to swim that hard. Maybe I would cut it short, but once I got in the water, I started feeling good. It felt a little rough during the warm-up, felt like I was having a hard time breathing. But then we got into sets and we were doing a bunch of IM work, single arm work, things like that, and just kind of got in the groove and started feeling good. Swam 3,800 yards, which is a lot further than I expected to swim. Jumped on the computer for work, doing a little programming stuff right now, and now I'm just gonna grab a bite to eat. It is carb loading time. When I look at my Fuelin app, it is telling me to eat, which means it is green all through the rest of the week. 3,000 calories, 3,800 calories, 4,200 calories, all of that leading into, so 3,800 calories on Friday, 4,200 calories on Saturday, and 3,400 on race day, but that's without fuel. So none of those calorie listings actually include the fuel I'll be taking while training. So when it comes to race fueling, I include pre-race fueling, which is that meal when you get up in the morning. I think that's one of the most important meals. I used to have a hard time eating in the morning before a race, and I think that was because I waited too long to eat. I would allow the nerves to start coming up, which they aren't there when I first wake up. And that's what I found. So when I wake up, I immediately start consuming. And I'll aim for 50 grams of protein. That'll be a scoop and a half of whey protein. That'll give me about 40 grams. Then I will use 2 tablespoons of peanut butter on my 2 pieces of toast, as well as a banana, which I cut up and put on top of that toast, and then honey. And that seems to work really, really well, all while drinking electrolytes. I will have a cup of coffee in the morning to get some caffeine in me, and then electrolytes all the way up until the race starts. Then once I'm done with transition or in transition, when I'm about 20 minutes or 30 minutes out from the swim start, I will take a gel. This gel has caffeine. This is one of the Morton calf gels. So I will take that right before getting into the water, 20 minutes, 15 minutes before I get in the water. And that will be all I'll have until I'm out of the water and going into transition. In transition, I sometimes take a gel. What I will probably do at this race is get on the bike, get clipped in and get moving, and then consume a gel right away since it's been 30 minutes since I've had one coming out of the swim, probably closer to 45 minutes by the time I waited to start the swim, got through the swim, and then got through transition. Now, while on the bike, my goal is to consume between 90 and 120 grams of carbs per hour. That equates to 360 to 480 calories per hour. That is a combination of Vitargo, which is a carb supplement powder. Each scoop is 35 grams. So I will fill up my front bottle with water. And what I do, because I don't like this to slosh around right away, when it's really full, this bottle from Profile Design tends to splash around if the water level is too high. So what I tend to do is put about 20 ounces of water in it at the start of the race. Then I carry a larger bottle on the back of my bike. And I will take that and I will add that to this bike bottle and fill it up, which will then put all of the carbohydrates in it. In that bottle on the back of my bike, there will be 3 to 4 scoops of this in there. So it's gonna be very potent. It'll be a lot of carbs, but I will put that into this bottle and kind of water it down as I go. The other thing I will do is put 2 packets of the Element, LMNT as I like to say, into that back bottle. Each packet is 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. So I will 2 of these in that bottle. So as I squirt that in and I fill this up, it'll start to dilute, but this will then be one of the sources for my carbohydrates and my electrolytes. Now, as I get about an hour into the bike, I will take another 2 calf gels from Morton, and those will be spread out a little bit, probably around 50 minutes, and then maybe again around an hour and 10, hour and 15, somewhere in there. So I will consume another 200 milligrams of caffeine about an hour into the bike. And then as I get close to the end of the bike, when I know that I'm about 20 minutes away from the end of the bike, I will take a 3rd caffeine gel from Morton on the bike. So that'll be about 500 milligrams of caffeine that I have had by the time I'm finishing the bike. 1 right before the swim, 1 right after the swim, 2 about midway through the bike, hour and 15 minutes, somewhere in there, and then 1 about 15, 20 minutes before I get on the run. That way I am charged again and ready to rock the run. Now, once I am on the run, I will start fueling with gels and taking water off of the course. I may take some other electrolytes if I feel like I need it, but for the most part, I will be using the gels from Morton, but I will start to use some of the non-caffeinated gels at that point, having about 500 milligrams of caffeine to that point, plus the cup of coffee I had in the morning. I will start taking these about every 15 to 20 minutes. Typically, when I come up on an aid station, I always take one. That way I can wash it down with some water. But when I get closer to the end of the run, after I've gone past an hour, I will take another caffeinated gel right around 60 minutes, and that will push me through to the end. And if needed, if I feel like it, in that last 15 minutes of the run, I'll take another one. So overall, I'll take about 5 to 6 gels on the run, and that will put me at around 150 grams of carbs for the entire run, which when you add up the calories on these, they are 100 calories, so that would be about 500 calories. And the goal in the run is to shoot between 280 and 400 calories per hour. So that's kind of mid-range between 280 and 400, 500 calories, a little bit short. If I were running longer than that, I would definitely have more, but once I get to that 60-minute mark, I'll make the decision how my run is going. Does it look like I'm gonna finish in 30 minutes, or did something go wrong? Am I jogging? Am I at a much slower pace? Then I will need to consume a little bit more to get through. Then after the race, that's when the post-race fueling is game on, and that is really whatever I want. There will be some beer, there may be pizza, there may be Mexican food, we will see, but I will definitely be consuming some calories after the race. Somebody leave a package for us? Did a package just arrive? Huh? No rabbits. No rabbits. Hey, come on. All right, I'm excited for this one. For the last couple of years, I have been using the Specialized road shoes, which have a boa on it, but I have been wanting to get a pair of these Shimano TR9s, I believe is the exact name. They are the TR9 901 Black Pearl. One of the things I typically do is put my bike shoes on in transition. It's just been something I've always done. I've always felt safer doing that. I don't hop on the bike. But I would like to start to get better at that and start to practice doing that, doing a little bit of the flying mount, putting the shoes on the bike so I can just go straight, grab the bike and get out instead of putting my shoes on and then clipping in later. So that is a goal of mine post-race. I do not plan to do that for the first time at this race, but I may take the shoes off when I get done with the bike and step off barefoot so that I can run my bike back faster. So tomorrow I will put my Look clips on the bottom of here and try them out. If they don't feel great, if there's something wrong with sizing, or if there's any question whatsoever, then I'll just use the Specialized shoes I've been using for years. Well, I just pulled into the high school where we run track. Going to get that done this evening. But before I ran over here, I was able to start to put some of my clothes together, start to gather up everything I need, go through the checklist. I also put on some quick laces or bungee laces on my new shoes. So that way I can test those out tonight, make sure they get tight enough, and finished off working the rest of the afternoon. After I run track tonight, I've just got to pick up my daughter from volleyball at 7:30. Yo, yo.
Hey guys.
How's the injuries? We're gonna run it in fast forward so you can list them all. Well, the crew is arriving tonight. I have 6.5 miles, doing a 1.5 mile warm up, about a 1.5 mile warm down, then doing a pyramid of 400, 800, 1200, 800, 400. The 400s are at 7:10, the 800s are at 7:05, and the 1200s are at 7. So nothing crazy tonight, just keeping it easy. Question on the video today was, how much am I gonna beat Ed by?
Yeah, not if you're gonna beat Ed.
So how much
are you gonna beat Ed by?
So I am very confident. And I was gonna throw it, I will say 10 minutes.
Oh, wow. I didn't go that far. So Michael and I talked about this on our run on Sunday, and he's actually choosing Ed straight up to beat you.
All right.
And I let him pick first. Well, he wanted to pick first. He didn't want to be influenced by me. I said 6 minutes. I think you win by 6 minutes.
Okay.
And most of that's because of the run. I think your bike will be about even, and he's having trouble swimming in a wetsuit, so maybe you beat him out of the water by like 2 minutes, but then he probably takes some of that back
On the bike?
and then you take him by about 5 minutes on the run.
See if I can run. Yeah, I was going to look back at
Transitions.
where I was, La Quinta. I just threw 10 minutes out because I went 45. And for some reason, I thought he went maybe 55 or something. I have to look back. I don't think he was 52, but he's probably improved as well.
He's been biking strong. His run's coming around. I mean, but I just don't. I'm relying on your base fitness and your experience, your transitions. I think it's all going to add up. 6 minutes. That's my call.
All right, he says 6. I still say 10. And Michael, screw you.
Let's go. I was born to kill it. I was meant to win. I am down and willing, so I will find a way. It took a minute, now it didn't happen right away. When it get hot in the kitchen, you decide to stay. That's how it winners made. Stick a fork in the hater on my dinner plate. I walk into the fire like it's just a bit of flames. I switch my style up, watch the money pile up. I'ma get rich or die trying, want me switch lanes. I'm always getting better, I'ma be on 5th place. On this one, then 4 for the next. 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 4th, 5th, best.
All right, I got to give yourself a chance to defend yourself on camera.
All right, so this weekend, Chris, Ed showdown. Originally I chose Ed. I'm gonna stick to that so that Chris works harder out there.
Oh, I see, it's mind games.
That's where we're at.
All right.
Ed, if you're watching this, you better win.
All right, boys. Have a good night.
How hungry are you?
I'm always hungry. Randy got the coach's oats tonight.
You bet.
Saw him rolling in with a cooler. I was wondering, is he bringing water? It's not that hot. Randy makes the best coach's oats. What do you call them? Morning oats? Or are these cold? What are these ones called?
Overnight oats.
Overnight oats. These are overnight oats. And his are always better than what I make at home. I don't know what you're putting in them.
These are cinnamon chai.
Oh,
They'll be launched on Amazon in about a week.
Oh, really? This is new.
Yep. This is, we've been testing this and developing it for about a year.
Wow.
We're ready to go.
Well, I'm all done with the run. It went really well, other than just being a little bit congested, a little snotty, unfortunately. It doesn't seem to be affecting my body. Don't really have any body aches. It's not slowing me down by any means, so that's good. Hopefully whatever I've got just clears up before the start of the race. I forgot my watch, unfortunately, which that is a rare occasion. I put it on the charger today because it was down to 8% and then took off and forgot it. So I used the Strava app to record my data. So I think I ran faster than what I was supposed to run, the 7:10, 7:05, and 7 for the 400, 800, and 1200, and then back down. But it's hard to tell. I'll get online and take a closer look to see if I can kind of figure out what I was running. But it doesn't really matter. I ran to feel and it felt good. And now that's really kind of the last hard workout. I'll do a recovery run. I've got another spin on the bike tomorrow. But that's kind of it. It's kind of winding down. Shakeout run on Saturday. So again, if you are going to Morro Bay, if you live near Morro Bay, if you're spectating, if you're racing, if you are a tri club, whoever you are welcome to come out. 8 a.m. shakeout run on Saturday, doing about 3 miles, but you can do whatever pace and whatever distance you want. Just a really cool way to get a bunch of folks in the community together. Now I am on the way to pick up my daughter at 7:30, then home, and I might do a little bit of editing on this. This one might come out a little bit later, might not be out at 7 a.m. tomorrow, but I will get this video out as soon as I can. But as always, thank you to all of you for the comments, those of you that subscribe, those of you who leave the thumbs up. Those really help the video. The more thumbs up, the more it promotes the video. So thank all of you for doing that. I always enjoy the comments and answering any of your questions. So again, we got more questions, leave them in the comments. And that's it. See you tomorrow.